I've reviewed hundreds of pieces of home gym equipment, but very few of them are so fun to use that they stick around once the reviews are done. Today, I'm finally showing you my personal never sell list. Of course, the asterisk to that statement is that nothing is ever really truly safe in a reviewer's setup. This is something I've never done on the channel. I'm always doing dedicated reviews, top 5 this, top 10 that, best blank for small spaces. These aren't necessarily the objectively best piece of equipment in a specific category or anything like that. It's literally just what are the pieces of equipment that are the most fun for me to use? What gets me excited about getting up and going to train? The things that if for whatever reason I had to sell most of my setup, these are the things that I would fight to try to keep. By the way, I'm Ryan Treadaway, founder of TreadawayTraining.com, where we help you transform your body so you can be your best for your family. If you want to know more about all things home gym equipment related, consider subscribing. If you want to work with us to put that equipment to good use to transform your body, you can apply to work with us at TreadawayTraining.com. As a quick note, for most of the items on this list, I have dedicated reviews. Those will be down in the description. And if you want to help out the channel, for most of these things, I have affiliate links. And if you do use those links, it helps out the channel at no additional cost to you. Starting out with number 10, we have a perfect example of what I was just saying of this isn't necessarily a list of the best, because we have in the last spot probably the best treadmill that you can possibly put in your home, the NordicTrack X24. However, I'm a power lifter, and so that's why we have a piece of cardio equipment at number 10. And spoiler alert, this is the only piece of cardio equipment in the video. But it's because of how good the X24 is that a piece of cardio equipment managed to make the list. The NordicTrack X24 inclines all the way up to a whopping 40 degrees, which is insane if you've never experienced a 40-degree incline on a treadmill. So it's a much different experience to what you would normally have on a treadmill, hence it managed to make the list. Next up, we have the GMWD leg press. This is one of the few pieces of equipment that was good enough that it made the move with us to the new space. And I absolutely love this leg press. It's a almost not quite commercial level leg press for your home gym. And it has built-in storage, which is not always a thing on budget leg presses. My only complaint about the leg press is that this thing really is a plate eater, and sometimes it's annoying to have to spend 10 minutes loading this thing up with plates and taking the plates back off. In the number 8 spot, we have the Titan Ronin, a piece of equipment that has been discontinued, so you can only get one of these bad boys on the used market. One, it makes for a really good work table, and you can see that I have my crane scale on here and my tools from where I made the DIY cable video. I've got my notebook and a few other things here on the table. So it makes a really good table, but also I love this thing for stretching. It's great for stretching. And then of course, using it for what it's actually designed to be used for, which is to jump on. It's an adjustable plyometric box, and then you can do step ups at any height you want. You can do poliquins, you can do all sorts of different exercises on here. Number 7, we have the Freak Athlete Apex. This thing is a beefy boy. For reference, I'm 6 foot and this thing comes up above my nipple. So this is a big boy. It's a hefty boy. But we have a combo unit. We have a reverse hyper, a GHD, a Nordic bench, a 45-degree back extension, and I believe that's everything. But I absolutely love this thing. It's probably the best reverse hyper that I have used, which already makes it a worthy pickup, but the fact that it has all the other functions as well. They very intelligently went with the curved pad here. You can tell it. I'm not gonna say that it's indistinguishable. You can tell that it obviously doesn't have a fully rounded pad, so it's not quite the exact same as having a dedicated GHD, but it is close enough, in my opinion, that it can take the place of of a GHD, and plus you have all the other functions. And then you can do your Nordics on here and your back extensions on here as well. And as an honorable mention, because the Hyper Pro by Freak Athlete used to be in my top 10, I do still have it around just because since I do have a fully rounded pad, I actually do use this one still sometimes. And I like this slightly better for Nordics just because it is a full length Nordic bench versus the Apex being a half Nordic bench. But at some point, once I run out of room completely, which as you can see by some of the mess here, we are nearing that point, this is gonna have to unfortunately go. Number 6, we have the Optimus system. The Optimus frame plus seat, and then there's the back pad and the leg roller options. Now, the reason why this one made the list instead of the Pegasus over here, because full disclosure, as far as build quality and the way that it feels, I actually do like the Pegasus better, just throwing that out there. But the Optimus wins for a couple of reasons. One, it has the back pad, and the back pad does technically work on the Pegasus. However, it doesn't really work as seamlessly because this one has the pop pin in the back, and then the Pegasus has the pop pin in the front, and there's only holes on one side for the back pad. You have to flip it to where it's upside down for it to work. And because of the adjustment mechanism here, you can't get it truly vertical because it hits and it can't pop in. And so technically you can use it like this, or if you have it on a center post in between two posts of a squat rack, obviously you unlock the rest of the adjustment settings. But with it being such a workaround, it would be better just to use it with the Optimus base. So with the Optimus, you have the seat, which also doubles as a chest support pad. You can bring it up higher on an upright, use it as a chest support pad for your seal rows. You can angle it a little bit forward and then use it as a pad for your hip thrusts. And then you can throw your leg roller on the back for your lat pull downs, or you can throw the leg roller on the front for your split squats. So a lot of versatility in quite a small package that can of course attach to any squat rack that's 3x3 with 1-inch holes, or your Phoenix tower, or any sort of cable tower setup, again, that is 3x3 with 1-inch holes. And breaking the rule just a little bit, at the number 5 spot, we have a 3-way tie between the Motion Space G1, the Fit Transformer Titan, and the Speediance Gym Monster 2. I know that breaks the rules a little bit. You can tell me how much you hate me in the comments. But the reason why I have a 3-way tie, these are going to eventually have to battle it out, and 2 of them are gonna have to go, and only 1 of them can stay. But they each have strengths and weaknesses. For example, the Motion Space G1 has a unique feature that the other 2 do not. It has the integrated dip handles as well as the integrated pull-up bar. And so with your pull-up bar, if you're not quite strong enough to do pull-ups, then you can use the belt, put on assistance using the cables to help you do pull-ups. Or conversely, if you're really strong and you need an extra challenge, you can just slide the cables down to the bottom, still use the belt, and then you can use it for resistance so that you can make your pull-ups harder. Similarly, if dips are not a challenge, you can take the same belt, use the belt, clip it down, and then you can use the belt for added resistance for your dips. However, the only catch is because the cable comes down the center of the upright, the cable can't go through the dip handle, so you can't use the cables for assistance on dips in the same way that you can use the cables for assistance on pull-ups. And the benefit to the Fit Transformer Titan is pretty obvious. It has the free motion style arms, which pretty much anyone who has ever used a free motion functional trainer loves. The benefit to the Gym Monster 2 is it has the most robust software of the 3, has the best user experience in the software. I absolutely love how the operating system works here. And there's the benefit of the smart handles where you can click the resistance on and off while you have the handles in your hand. Or if you're using the bar attachment or your own handles, or even if you want to just take this off and clip it on your finger, you can adjust the weight and turn the weight on and off from your hand. So one of the things that I actually like to do is do leg extensions and leg curls on the Freak Athlete ABX leg developer, and then I can use this to remotely turn on and off the weight. And they struck up a cool balance because they have a proprietary quick release cable mechanism where you literally just hit the button, attach the handle, click the button, take the handle off. But instead of locking you into their handles, they also provide a handful of these little rings that you can attach to anything. So that's how I have my leg developer attached to here, is I just added the ring to it, and now I have a quick release attachment on my leg developer. And then, as long as you don't drop it and fumble it around, it's as simple as just clipping it in. And if you want to see more content like this, consider subscribing. And number 4 on the list, we actually were just kind of sort of talking about. We have the Freak Athlete ABX, and technically this is the Freak Athlete ABX prototype version. The final version looks differently than this, and I actually have 2 ABX benches. I have the prototype upstairs, and it mostly just stays in leg developer mode attached to the Speedience, but I also have the full production model down in the gym. And this is what the actual full production ABX looks like. And the thing that's great about the ABX is, one, it has a built-in folding pad that you can use as your chest support pad. Ignore this custom shape pad. It doesn't come with the tapered pad. It comes with a squared off pad. That's just a little experiment that I've got going on. But it's very easy. Pull the pin and then slap the pin, and then you can put it at different angles. You have your chest support pad for your chest supported rows. And then of course you can fold it down for a single arm preacher curl, or you can fold it completely out of the way for a half back bench so that you can do shoulder presses or overhead tricep extensions with the dumbbell. And they also have more attachments. They have the bicep attachment, so you can do your incline curls with your arms supported, so you get that extra tension at the bottom of the rep. And then you can also flip this around so that it faces the other way.
Autobots, transform.
Then you have your full preacher curl bench. You have your dip handle, which attaches very easily into the port. Boom. Put it on the dip setting, which is marked. And then you have your dips. And then way up there, along with all of my other experimental pads, you have the sit-up attachment, which will remain up there. And so, as of right now, the ABX by Freak Athlete, which is their second entry on the list, this is my favorite bench for the time being. Now, as we speak, actively in the mail, the Tib Bar Guy Apex is on its way, not to be confused with the Apex machine that we talked about earlier in the video. So we will see if this remains my favorite bench or if it is soon to be dethroned. And in the number 3 spot, we have barbell plus plates plus rack. And I know what you're thinking. It's blasphemy for a powerlifter to put a barbell in the number 3 spot on his favorite equipment. But hear me out. While I obviously love using a barbell, or else I wouldn't be a power lifter, as a business owner of 2 businesses, plus being a dad and a husband and a homeowner and with all of the responsibilities that are floating around, while I love working with a barbell, there is just the annoyance of setting J hooks, loading plates, unloading plates, moving the bar, loading the plates again, taking the plates off again, moving the bar again, so on and so forth. You get the picture. And with a very limited window of time, it does take away from the enjoyment of using a barbell if I'm just trying to speed run my way through a workout. But we do love barbells nonetheless, obviously. And the barbell that we have here is the Rogue Ohio Power Bar, the Cerakote version. The rack that we have here is the GetRx Tornado rack with a little bit of custom work. If you want to learn more about that, I'll make sure to put the video up in that corner. I believe in that video, I talk about why I added these extra 2 uprights and how I made a custom cable. And also since that video, I have put the Fringe Sport Gibbon arms on the rack as well because I need to test those for review. So stay tuned for that review. And the only other note that I will make on a rack is make sure that if you are in a small space that you get a cable rack specifically, because why take up a whole extra spot in your precious small space with a functional trainer when you can just have your functional trainer take up the same footprint as your rack? You get twice the equipment for the same square footage. So keep that in mind. In the number 2 spot, we have dumbbells. The reason why the dumbbells go ahead of the barbell in terms of favorite equipment to play with is just because, one, you can hit every single muscle of the entire body in a million different ways with dumbbells, even more so than you can with a barbell. So just from a general muscle building and general health perspective, one thing that I have often said on record is I feel that the dumbbell is the greatest health invention of all time. And it's just so stinking fast. Now, if we get into the conversation of adjustable dumbbells and stuff like that, obviously the speed can vary, but even with most adjustable dumbbells, your workout is gonna be really snappy, and especially if you're fortunate enough to have the space for fixed dumbbells, then you can knock out a workout with blazing speed. And then as far as adjustable dumbbells, these blurred out dumbbells are some of my favorite adjustable dumbbells right now. And then we have the trusty Iron Master dumbbells, which I have had for, ever since lockdowns in 2020. This was the first thing that I ever purchased. This is what started it all as far as home gym content goes. But while these do feel more like fixed dumbbells than any other dumbbell because they lock together so tightly that they essentially are fixed dumbbells, and they go heavier than any other adjustable dumbbell, they take so stinking long to adjust. So therefore, these haven't gotten used as much lately. And then also there's the Nuobell S series that I have upstairs that I'm also quite enjoying right now. And for the number 1 spot, we're back to somewhere that we've already been, and we're gonna talk about the Phoenix Tower by GetRx. The Phoenix Tower is, in my opinion, the best cable tower that you can get because of these bad boys right here, the Phoenix arms, because you can get so many different cable angles, you can get so many different exercises, so much versatility out of these 2 cable arms. And my only complaint about this machine is being fixed, because if you are around when I did the review of the Phoenix Tower, my only complaint was the fact that this trolley weighs, I think it's 45 pounds. I can't remember for sure how much it weighs. So it's really stinking heavy. And I said that they could fit a counterbalance right here. There's enough room that they could fit it without even having to redesign the machine. And then it was like a few days later, they dropped me a DM on Instagram and they were like, hey, by the way, and then they just so happened they were unveiling their counterweight system for the trolley. So it's counterweighted and you don't even have to worry about the heftiness of this. So that fixes my only complaint about this. And I do have a future video coming down the pipeline because I have a couple of ideas for a couple of other things that I'm gonna be doing to the Phoenix Tower. My goal is to make a video about how to turn this into the ultimate cable machine. I know Gluck beat me to the punch because he recently put out a video on the same topic, but I can't put mine out quite yet because there's a couple more things that I need, including the counterweight system, that aren't out yet, and some of them haven't been announced yet. So there's a couple things that I can't talk about that are gonna go on here, and I can't actually get my hands on quite yet. But just know that once I do get my hands on those pieces, this will be the ultimate machine that money can buy. But this goes in the number 1 spot just because I really love cable exercise. And this is the most versatile cable machine that you can get. And if I'm being quite honest, ever since I got the Phoenix Tower, I don't even use this that much. And there was a small part of me that actually briefly even considered taking off the extension that I added on here because I used the cables on here so little now now that I thought, well, maybe I would just rather have the extra space and move the cables back to the original front post. But then I was like, nah, because then I'll definitely never use these ever again. So these are gonna stay for now, but I have even neglected to use those cables because of how much I use these bad boys right here. And I just love cable exercises. Cable exercises are really the thing that made me fall in love with working out at a commercial gym, because I had never worked out in a commercial gym. And so once I was able to play with cables at the gym, I was like, oh, it's a whole new world. And remember, there are reviews for most of this equipment down in the description below. And if you want to check out any of this equipment and help out the channel, there are affiliate links for most of this stuff down in the description as well. As always, God bless you and your family, and we'll see you in the next one. Starting out with number 10, we have a perfect example of how I said that this order isn't what?
Are you hollering? You're talking so loud. You got a mic on.
Yeah, that's how I always talk.
You're talking way louder. Go ahead.
Starting out with number 10, we have a perfect example. You shut up back there, okay? You shut up. Starting out with number...